What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, continuing with my Madden 18, Madden 17 roster breakdown. We're going to be looking at the Miami Dolphins today. So we hit 35,000 subscribers, which just means these rosters are now available to download on the Xbox One. Check the comment section or the description, or it's in the sidebar, whatever, to get a hold of these rosters. Why am I still releasing these? Because I want to get them accurate. I'm going to continue to finish out. I think we got, after this point, 4 or 5 more teams to do, and I want you guys in those to leave a comment in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with any of the ratings you see, because I want these to be accurate. What you get in these rosters, go check out the Philadelphia Eagles episode to get an in-depth explanation, but the Cliff Notes version is you get my ratings based off of me, Pro Football Focus, their stats, free agents are included, first 3 rounds for every single team is included in terms of draft picks, rounds 4 to undrafted free agent. I've just included the notable guys. That's pretty much it. Let's jump right into it with the Miami Dolphins. We gave Ryan Tannehill a 79 overall. Last season, Ryan Tannehill, in 13 starts, 8-5 record, not bad, but didn't hit 3,000 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I'm still not a believer. You know, look at the stat line from Matt Moore. What happens if Matt Moore was the starter? Matt Moore, 700 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. Doing just simple math, maybe Matt Moore would be a more serviceable starter there in Miami. For a little hot take to open up the video to ruffle up all the feathers of Dolphins fans. But I personally don't see it with Ryan Tannehill, to be honest with you. But still, 79, we'll give him that. We have Matt Moore here with a 72, one of the higher overalls for a backup QB. Fails and Doughty rounding up the roster. At the running back spot, we give Ajayi an 88 overall, which I think is number 5 for my running backs. Last season, he finished in only 12 games started, featured in 15. But if he would have started the full 16 games, he may have been the guy to compete with Ezekiel Elliott in terms of stat lines. But for rushing yards, he finished with just shy of 1,300 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns. Finished with 1,400 yards total from the line of scrimmage and those 8 touchdowns as well. He was an absolute beast last year. We have Damian Williams, who got 300-some yards and 6 touchdowns with a 75. Kenyon Drake is a nice receiving option with a 70. Storm Johnson, 69. And Sonoris Perry, 64. No fullback on the roster. Some of the wide receivers, we gave Juice an 89 overall. I had him as an 88. I was like, we'll be a little bit generous here. Give him an 89. Last season, he finished with 94 catches for 1,136 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not an amazing season from Jarvis Landry, but certainly a really good one. Ended up making the Pro Bowl for what that's worth anymore. But definitely a big-time receiving option here in Miami. We have Kenny Stills, who was a beast last season. Finished here with 42 catches, 726 yards, and 9 touchdowns. So that gets him a 82 overall. Devontae Parker gets himself a 79 overall with 56 catches, 744, and 4. These 3 here are a very serviceable wide receiving tandem. Maybe is, can put their name right up there with any of the other wide receiver trios in the NFL today. Most importantly, probably the Packers would probably be the only other contender off the top of my head, or what they have in New England. The Crew, 69. Isaiah Ford, which was a tremendous pick in the 7th round, 69. Jakeem Grant, the special teammate, 67. And the tight end spot, we gave Anthony Fasano a 79 overall. Pro Football Focus gave him the highest grade for a run-blocking tight end. Really, his receiving stats aren't that great, but what they're going to get here is a combination tight end. Fasano's going to be the blocker, and then you got Julius Thomas, who can't block for shit. It's pretty much an all-out wide receiver with a 79 overall after he came over in a trade with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I think both these guys in combination certainly is an upgrade over what they had last year in Sims and Jordan Cameron. We have Gray here with the 69, Duarte 62, and the long snapper 48. Jump the offensive line, Larry Tunsil moving from guard to tackle, the left tackle spot, which he gained it out with a 71. Pro Football Focus at left guard. I think moving the tackle is going to be definitely a better fit for him, so that's why we gave him a generous 77 overall. At left guard, they have Ted Larson, 69. I mean, it's going to be a battle here for the left guard spot, but according to ourlads.com, Steen will be the starter. But we have Larson with a high overall. Larson is coming over from the Chicago Bears, so maybe he will be the starter, but they have Steen listed. I mean, no one really great there, to be honest with you. At the center slot, we have Mike Pouncey, who we gave a 79 overall. If he can stay healthy, he is one of the more solid centers in the NFL. So 70 overall for the Florida Gator bias, I guess. Right guard, we get Bushrod, a 69 overall. Pro Football Focus gave him a 41.7 grade last season. So 69 is still being kind of generous in that regard. They got Isaac Asiata out of Utah. He may be able to compete. At the right tackle spot, they get Jawan James, who we gave a 78 overall. Pro Football Focus gave him a high 77 grade, so we'll give him a 78. Great play here from Jawan James out of Tennessee. Kind of was middling around. No one knew if he's going to really live up to the hype. I think he was like a 2nd-round pick, wasn't he? 1st-round pick in 2014. But really had probably his best season as a pro last season, according to at least Pro Football Focus. And we have Urbic here with a 71. So overall, offensive line, there's there's a couple question marks for sure, but obviously they weren't too bad if Ajayi finished with the stat line that he had. For the defensive side of the ball, we get Cam Waken, 87 overall, kind of turning himself into an ageless wonder, leading the team with 11.5 sacks last year. Also had an interception, 5 forced fumbles, 2 pass deflections, and just shy of 30 total tackles. So that's a B season from the 34-year-old with an 87. But you have Andre Brantz, a 77. He had 5.5 sacks last season and 2 forced fumbles. Right defensive end, we have William Hayes coming over from the Rams. I think that's a good, nice little pickup here. You don't have to rush rookie first-round draft pick Charles Harris, so we gave a 73. You don't have to rush him into the starting lineup. You can kind of have William Hayes and him rotate, ease him in. William Hayes is very serviceable. Defensive tackle, we have Ndamukong Suh, a 91 overall, which I think is tied for second defensive tackle, third or second defensive tackle in the NFL, or at least in my rosters. 16 starts last season. He had 6 pass deflections, 5 sacks, and 72 total tackles. So the tackle numbers are nice. Sacks are a little bit low for Suh. You always figure Suh would get, 7, 8, 9 sacks. Fringe, kind of like Geno Atkins territory. Just below that last season. Gets double teamed, triple teamed on all those plays, they say. But I think 91's a fair grade for Suh. 74 for Jordan Phillips. Nick Williams with a 70. Left side linebacker, we have Koa a 76 overall last season, was banged up, only featured in 3 games, finished with 22 tackles. When healthy, he's not bad. He's not great, he's not bad, he's just serviceable. They're going to need him to probably fill in a little bit with no more Jelani Jenkins. Middle linebacker, we have Kiko Alonso, an 83 overall, coming over from the Philadelphia Eagles. Good season. I think he's, I think overall, both teams are happy. We ended up getting Carson Wentz. So you guys got Byron Maxwell and Kiko Alonso, who both contributed pretty big for you guys last season. But Kiko Alonso had 15 games played. He had 2 interceptions. One of those was a pick 6, 4 pass deflections, a forced fumble, and over 100 total tackles. He was a monster. You got Lawrence Timmons coming over from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting up there in age, starting to slow down just a little bit, but adds great depth here for this roster. So we gave him an 80. Right outside linebacker, they got Raekwon McMillan, the draft pick out of Ohio State. I think they got him in the second round. I think he might be able to beat Neville Hewitt here for the starting gig. Very athletic. Still has to work on the tackling mechanics. Misses a couple too many tackles for my liking. But maybe they'll be able to fix those things up, and he can be a serviceable starter for them this season. Jump to the secondary, we get Byron Maxwell, an 83 overall, as much as that pains me to do as an Eagle fan. He was pretty good last season. 13 starts, he had 13 games played as well. 2 interceptions, 15 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, and 53 tackles. Makes you wonder, maybe it was just Billy Davis down here in Philly that couldn't get Byron Maxwell working. I think 83 is a good starting point. We gave Tony Lippett a 77. He led the team last year with 4 interceptions, 10 pass deflections, and 40, 50, 60, almost 70 total tackles. This is where it gets tough. Because when you're looking just at the stat line, you're kind of like, all right, I see it. Not bad. But I remember watching him play. Anytime I saw the Dolphins play, he was getting fucking burnt like a drum. Was not playing well at all. So, it's tough. There's a middle ground somewhere. I think 77 is that middle ground. 74 for McCain, 72 for Howard, and 71 for Kadrea Tankersley. I think Miami had a really good draft, especially in the later rounds, getting Tankersley, who slipped, and Isaiah Ford. Down to the free safety spot, we give Nate Allen a 74 coming over from the Raiders. He's serviceable. Akins with a 71. Mike Thomas with a 69. And at the strong safety spot, Rashad Jones, a 93. Unfortunately, he got hurt, even though he got paid some decent Skrilla last season. Had him as a 95. Misses some time, as per usual in my rosters. Take a -2 to your overall, which is why he's sitting here now at a 93. TJ McDonald coming over from the Rams. Big-time hitter. Some off-the-field issues, but if he gets on and back on the straight and narrow, great depth there to add to this secondary. Kicker Frank, 74, and punter Dar, 78. So there you go, guys. Those are your Miami Dolphins Madden 18, Madden 17 roster ratings. As always, leave a comment in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with any of these ratings. You can download these rosters now. Thank you all for 35,000 subscribers. Keep on spreading the word. Let's make Madden 18 season great. We're on to 40,000. 40K is the next goal. I'm not going to get too ambitious and want to hit 40K before the next game comes out. That's just over 2 months. But if we can, that'd be fucking awesome. But I'm not getting my hopes up too much. But yeah, spread the word. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.